Hey guys, it's Mark from North 7 Outdoors. We are back. Welcome to the first ever Tackle Talk Tuesday night. This is a new series I'm going to run because I was going to take some time off, and then I was like, you know what, just because I don't like ice fishing doesn't mean I don't like doing YouTube. It doesn't mean I can't do other things, and I love talking about tackle. I love tackle almost as much as I love fishing. So this series is going to help me film, and I'm actually going to learn how to condense my videos into 5 minutes or less. So we've got 5 minutes to talk about one subject. Today that subject is tungsten. We're going to talk about all the pros tungsten has, and we're going to talk about why I don't use tungsten weights. Coming up. Okay guys, tungsten weights. Everyone that's a professional bass fisherman out there uses probably nothing but tungsten. Why? Because it's so much more dense. Because the item is heavier and a smaller profile, you're able to hear things like bouncing off rocks a lot better. If the bite is finicky, you're able to detect the bite a lot better. It's able to tell you a lot more of the story about what's going on at the bottom of the lake. When you pitch your weight in there, you're able to move it across. You're able to feel so much more. It vibrates through the line so much better than traditional lead weight. I don't use tungsten very often. In fact, I almost never use tungsten. But even I know tungsten will make you a better fisherman. So guys, to give you an example how dense tungsten is, I'm going to show you a half-ounce lead weight right here. And then I'm going to show you a half-ounce tungsten weight, so the same weight. There you go. So the tungsten is probably half the size of the lead weight, but they both weigh the same, so that's absolutely key. If you ask me what the best applications for tungsten would be, if you're like, hey, I can only afford a couple small tungsten weights, what should I focus on? I would say flipping and drop shotting, and I would primarily say flipping, and here's why. If you're flipping really thick mats, you want your punching rig to be as compact as possible, so having that heavier tungsten weight there lets your profile just makes it a little bit smaller so it can sink down through the mat a little bit easier where the fish are. I would say that's probably where it shines. And drop shotting would be a close second, where you're constantly moving across the bottom of the lake and you're able to feel, you can even tell what the structure is by the way your weight is vibrating up through the line. Okay guys, so still pretty sick here, so sorry for my voice. The second pro that tungsten has over lead is actually from an environmental aspect. I think there's some lakes in the States, you guys, if you know, let me know, where you're not allowed to use lead weights anymore. You have to use rubber weights, or you have to use tungsten. And I think probably in 10 or 20 years that's the way it's going to go globally. I wouldn't be surprised. So here's an example. If you're using, if you're hunting migratory birds in Canada at least, you've got to use steel shot in your shotgun instead of your traditional lead BBs, because they don't want lead going all over the place, and it's not good to be in the body of water you're hunting ducks on, for example. So I mean, having that tungsten there is also helping the environment. I realize when you break off on a lead drop shot weight, you're only putting a 1/4 ounce weight in the bottom of the lake. It's not a big deal. So we talked about the big thing, half the size. We talked about environmental. We talked about some of the key aspects that if you're starting on tungsten, you probably want to focus on buying those weights first. The drawback. So there's only one drawback with tungsten weight, and that's the price. It's absolutely ridiculously, I don't know if I can call it overpriced, but I mean, it's 4 or 5 times the cost of lead weights. So I mean, you can buy 1 pack of tungsten, or you can buy 5 packs of lead weight. I mean, for the amount I fish, for the amount of money I have at my disposal, I do not use tungsten weights almost ever. I'm slowly building my arsenal of tungsten weights. So for me, tungsten is kind of like using a $300 bait caster, and you're going back to a $100 bait caster, and you're like, what's this hunk of junk? You don't want to spend $300 for the bait caster, but you don't want to go back to using a $100 bait caster, so you have to try and find the $300 bait casters on sale for like 160 bucks. Same thing with tungsten. I don't use tungsten because I don't have enough of it. And if I start using tungsten all the time, I'm going to run out and I'm going to be forced to pay full price for tungsten. I can't afford to pay full price for tungsten for the amount that I fish. So I buy tungsten. If I find it on clearance, I'm like, damn, I'll pick up like 4 or 5 packs, you know, for sure. Slowly stocking it up. I'm hoping next year, in 2020, I will have enough to make the switch to tungsten full time. But I don't know. We'll have to see how this year plays out and what kind of deals I can get on tungsten. So there you guys have it. That's my 5-minute tackle talk. We picked tungsten this week. I don't know what we're going to do next week, but I mean, we've got a whole wall of tackle to discuss. I love talking about tackle. We got another 15 or 20 plastic boxes behind me, or behind the camera. So I mean, we got tons of stuff to talk about. If you have a category where you're like, hey, talk about crankbaits, talk about square bells, talk about plastics. I'm not the best fisherman, but I love talking about tackle. I'm very educated with tackle. I love talking about tackle. I love learning about tackle. I love acquiring tackle. I love the tackle sales. You know, you all know that. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. This Sunday we have the recap video next Tuesday, and we're going to keep doing these Tuesday videos until bass season starts, and then we'll probably go back to a Tuesday video or a Wednesday video. So see you guys Sunday. Take care. Bye.